Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the main Tier 1 event here at MRC from Paul Ricard in France. Joining me this evening is our race winner from Tier 2 after an exceptional drive and a very exciting race throughout. It is Mr. Andrew Mond. Good evening. Congratulations as well.
Thank you, Haji, and bonjour, mesdames and messieurs. Welcome to Le Castellet. The only bit of French you'll get out of me tonight, probably.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying as well. You've done better than me. Well, we've already seen a very exciting race. We had dry conditions, going to wet conditions, and then dried again right at the end. A couple of safety cars as well involved in that. So, as I say, very exciting race. And now here we are for...
As my friend Carl would say, the main event of the evening. Sorry.
Certainly is. Sorry about that. Just had a little bit of a frozen moment there, so apologies for that.
No worries.
So we've now got a few cars already out on track. Shadow Cobra is one of the ones as well. We've got a few. Genie, Night Shadow, Gav's out there. A few drivers on the mediums. Genie for one. Stringy B as well. And Chris Bailey is also on the medium tyres. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get on. Just going to put the full track map on. There we are. See who's up there. Who have we got leading at the moment? I think it's Chris Bailey is the first one that was out on track.
In the Ferrari tonight.
Yes, stepping up this evening.
No pressure with who his teammate is.
No, exactly. Yeah, we've said from the off, Chris Bailey, very, very quick driver. He's shown that as soon as he's arrived in MRC, could put a little bit of pressure under Jay Sarge and Fatch. So this is going to be really exciting to see how he gets on, especially on these medium tyres. Again, we're not sure what the weather conditions are going to be, but at the moment, beautiful, bright sunshine, perfect conditions. He'll be able to get the heat in those medium tyres. Runs very wide, out of turn 2 already. Big tendency to have understeer even through that corner as it rides that crest. So he'll be kicking himself for that, but he's still going to keep going. It hasn't invalidated his lap, so he's still on a push. Let's see.
Still not a fan of this corner. It just keeps going on forever, and I can never get the right line through there.
I don't think there is one. I think if you try and carry the speed, then the rear kicks. It's such a painful one, and it's that balance, isn't it? You're always going to have that.
I'm not going to lie, it's not my favourite track. This one, it's not a massive favourite of mine, but
I didn't mind it until the last few laps, to the last 2 laps.
I still miss the old Manucura a little bit, actually.
Yeah, that was a good fun track. Good fun.
Yeah,
I don't think they don't mind this one. I mean, a lot of people don't like it with the runoff areas and as such, but we've got a Haas getting really in the way of Chris Bailey. Really is almost racing Chris Bailey there. That's really not going to go down well. Is that? I'm not sure who that is. It's the other Haas. It must be the Slayer. Yeah. Who should really know better than that, I must admit. But Chris is going to try and go again. It looks like he's got enough fuel in the car, so he'll have just charged up and go again.
Yeah, you can go.
But you still up in lap time 132. Still can't complain with that. Still a solid lap, but it's worried to see how much time he will have actually lost through that exchange with the Slayer. So who else have we got on a lap? I know his teammate, the championship leader, Jay Sarge, is on a lap. At the moment, he's decided to stick on the softs. He hasn't bothered messing around and going on mediums. He's all business.
We're into 30s with Reese.
Yeah, already. We saw 130.4 take pole position earlier, and now we're already in the 130.8s very early on in Tier 3, as now Jay Sarge did a 130.4. He validated his lap, though. So that would have put him in pole position.
And he's done the same on this lap
nice
as well.
Shadow as well is going wide. They're struggling with that turn 2 at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit, but Shadow's kept his lap valid, though. Sarge hasn't, unfortunately, but it's only early in the session. You can go again.
Yeah, so now we've got Nick BT. I think he's backed off that lap a little bit. He was flashing the rear light, flashing a lot there. So just maybe winding up. He's given in this lap time, so he's validated he's going to start next time round.
They're Rappel.
Yeah, there's a few just getting out of the way there, Nick.
Yeah, the Rappel's gone quickest, so...
1:30.3, great lap time from him.
No impartiality. Even who he's driving for. Yeah, the Alpines get on as well today in the team's home circuit.
Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on all these drivers. They've already had 3 practice sessions. We've seen a few of them battling it out in one of the practice sessions on Sunday night last night. It was quite exciting. So a lot of pace from a few of these drivers, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how they transfer that to full race pace.
Definitely. I think there was a tier 2 driver. I think he was giving us a good run. Some of them a good run for their money. I can't remember who it was. Can you?
No, not sure. Didn't transpire to race day though, did it?
Oh, don't worry. There's races left yet. Don't worry.
There is. Oh, we'll see. Moving on. Moving back to the action. We've got Johnny's. Yeah. So MTO's strapping on a new set of boots. He's going to have another go at 1:31 dead. Few drivers invalidating the lap times early on. Only 10 drivers with on the board. Fox River there. He's just come out of turn 2. Just about kept it in bounds. And we are attacking the end of the first sector. Keeping it nice and neat.
Oh, clobbered the bollard.
He did. See how he gets his drive out there. Very patient on the throttle and then gets the power down. DRS will be wide open.
Still haven't heard anything from any of the drivers about the weather yet for the race.
Not yet.
I'm keeping an eye on the stream.
Yep.
Just coming to the end of the second sector now for Fox River. 2.4, not bad.
Yeah, flat out through the right. Now the very tricky braking zone is how late you want to brake. Dab of the throttle, keeps it in 5th, gets the drive out. Now another tricky braking zone. He keeps it. He misses the apex slightly, does Fox, but he's still going to keep powering towards the end. And now, again, this last sector is a tricky sector, but he keeps it nice and neat. You dab of the throttle just to keep that speed up. Rides the curb, gets the power down. DRS going to be wide open as the run towards the line opens his account with a 1:30.9, puts him straight up into 4th. Good lap.
Very good lap. It's very deceptive, the finish line here. You think it's good, you think it's going, but it's nearly down the other end of the straight.
They used to have on this, I think it was the finish line and the start line were in 2 separate locations. The finish line would end your lap, and then the start line would be 15 metres, 20 metres further down the track. If I remember rightly, yeah. Obviously they changed it and made it all in one, but yeah, that's something they used to do. So we've got on board with Ollie Racing on his out lap, reserving in tonight. So is Alex Edrick. Chris Bailey is reserving tonight, and Lucas Percy as well. Lucas Percy up in there in 7th place. So we've got Gav there. Thanks for that, Gav. Drive with 23% chance of rain in the race. That might make drivers feel a little bit uneasy. We saw how heavily it came down in Tier 2 and threw a little bit of a spanner into the works. You know, you timed it right, I'm not going to lie, mate. You timed it absolutely perfectly and came into the pits. I tried the lap longer and it was literally halfway through that first sector. It just dried. And it's kind of a sitting duck after that, I suppose. So, but no, you timed it perfectly, I think. And it's one of those where, you know, you could time it perfect on the way in, time it perfect on the way out, and, you know, you're going to gain potentially 20 seconds. You could gain.
Yeah, I think it's a slower pit lane as well here as well. I think it's
very slow.
Now.
I think it's a slower minimum speed and a very long exit to the pit lane as well. So you can lose a lot of time. Good, at least 20, 21 seconds pit stop, I think, from enter to exit.
Not as bad as Silverstone. We're going to be in a few weeks.
Certainly will. We'll be there, I do believe, around New Year, I do believe we're there.
After Christmas, I believe, yeah. But I'll check the calendar in a little bit.
Yeah, one of people's favourite tracks. It's always fun to go back to Silverstone and we look forward to that. Austria next week. But before then, we're still going to focus on the Tier 1 here in Paul Ricard. Ollie on his lap. It's pretty quiet. I think a lot of people are seem to invalidate the laps around here. It's very easy just to run that wheel onto that painted white line, and then that's it. Your lap's done, and yeah, very frustrating, especially if you do it at turn 1 and 2. Having Jay Sarge is actually coming out. Looks like he's coming out on mediums. He's done his laps on the soft, which unfortunately invalidated, but now he's there on the medium tyres when he comes out the pits.
Interesting strategy. You could also say it's a little bit almost like Russia. A little bit, it's like with a.
Ollie Racing pops that into second place at 1:30.5. Really solid lap time. Fantastic lap time. He was quick on here last night, so he's going to be. Knew he had the pace, and he's up there. That was a very good lap as Le Rappel's back out there for his second run. Ollie's having a bit of a difficult season at the moment, but that's going to do him the world of good and world of confidence to get up there. He's only got 5 points so far in the championship, but he has dropped in to reserve. But good solid points here. We'll see him jump way up the order. It's very tight in that.
Very fast.
It is. It's quite tight low down there in that second half of the Tier 1 field. Also got Jay Sarge, 150 points. Is 54 ahead of Fatch, who's currently in 9th. Jay Sarge, of course, hasn't got a lap time on the board yet. And a further, how's my maths? 41 points further behind is Ujoni in 7th, currently. And then behind Ujoni in 3rd, we've got Reese, who is currently in 7th now, after G-Star puts in a 1:30.337 on his second run. These lap times, I think, are just going to keep tumbling.
I think Dr. Marco's been celebrating after Tier 2.
Yeah, and now do we see a Mercedes resurgence? We're going to keep politics out of this, by the way, ladies and gents. We are not going to get into the farce, whatever you want to call it, from yesterday. We're not going to do it. We'll keep it clean. We'll keep it light-hearted as much as we can, and we'll just.
Both teams.
Yeah, we do. We do. It could be difficult, but we're going to focus on the action. Rappel 10th down in his first sector. Easy to gain that if you just get a good drive out of one corner. He's going to force the DRS wide open. See how he gets on this middle sector. Alex Edric up to 4th. Good lap. Great lap, actually, from him.
Again, pulling double duty again.
He is.
Must like driving.
He does. I must say, he's a good, solid, and reliable guy. As Alex, he's always there to reserve for Tier 3 as well. And I've needed him on a few occasions, it's just fantastic to have him as part of MRC. And he's always, like you say, keen to race, must love driving, and it's just fantastic to have him aboard. And he's always there, and it's fantastic. We've got drivers like that, and we need more. As Le Rappel has quit on his flying lap. Bit of a lull, not many people on track at the moment. We're going to
P3.
Dynamite. Yeah, Dynamite pops in a lap.
Red Bull. Where's this all come from?
Yeah. Dynamite and G-Star having solid seasons between them. Like I say, very tight in that midfield, so a good result from them could potentially see them really shoot up the order. But no points for quali.
No, we don't have the sprint mode in yet.
No, we don't. That'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, will be. That's still got 2 people not set laps yet.
Yeah.
And they are 2 very big hitters. Oh, Sarge has a lap on the board now.
He has. He's done it on the mediums. It's a 1:30.12.
I don't think he's going to have time to get round again.
Well, there's not much time left.
No, we might be cutting it close.
But starting on those medium tyres, you know yourself that how much it pays dividends. We've got the Slayer now finishing his lap time. How does he do on his medium tyres? He does a 1:31.9 and invalidated again. Pressure's on. Yeah. Pressure on for the Slayer. A few people got the stream on. You're welcome, Alex. Thanks for that.
I don't get any compliments. Kidding, Alex. Love you, really. All a good laugh here.
Certainly is. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. Few drivers now starting to get their outlaps to get their final run on the board. G-Star currently on the 130.3. Narrowest of margins ahead. Le Rappel, who will be out shortly. Letting a bit of track clear, get some free air on the track. So let's have a look who we've got started the lap. Ollie Racing has decided to cut a few corners. He'll get round a bit quicker. Chris Bailey's on a lap 1.5. No, he's 2/10 down currently on his previous lap time. And backed out of that one. He will have time to get round again. If he's got enough fuel, then he will have time to come back out. So who's that that's following around, getting a bit of draft? One of the Aston Martins. Yeah, Camo. Boy's got a lot of pace around here. We showed that in the practice sessions as well. So I think this is going to be quite an interesting race. We've seen, like I mentioned earlier, Alex had great pace from the Tier 2 race. Obviously, he's up there now, currently in 5th. He's on his flying lap.
Showing some of these Tier 1 boys what Tier 2 can do.
Exactly that. Oh, really attacks that right hand at the end of the first sector. How's his first sector looking? Keeps it nice and neat. 2/10 down again. I think that's turn 1 and 2. It's so difficult to get right.
Yeah.
It is very, very easy just to lose a 10th or so around there. And, you do carry that for quite a lot of the lap. I think he's backed out of this.
Yeah.
He's still got it running, but it's EOS lights flashing away. So a lot of drivers taking the shortcut to get round to be able to start their lap.
You know what I find as well with turn 1? It's where it is. I don't know whether this is deliberately programming in the game, but where the sun normally lies, it's on the apex.
Wow, Lucas, what a fantastic! Sorry, Andrew, but we're now in the 129s. Didn't think we'd see that. That's a stunning lap from Lucas Percy, standing reserve tonight, and really threw the gauntlet down. So go on then, lads, see if you can keep up. Try and see what you can do. That's a fantastic lap. Absolutely stunning. G-Star's pitted. He is not going to get round and have another go. We're going to go on board with Le Rappel, currently in 3rd. See how he gets on. Turn 1 and 2. Keeps it neat through turn 1. Gives him a bit more room for turn 2. Kept that very nice and neat. Car looks very planted around there. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead, but all that clearing out of his way. Doesn't want to get into any dirty air, especially around this part of the lap. 10th up currently. Needs another few tenths to get on par with Lucas, but he could definitely jump G-Star if he keeps this up. Might be get a little bit of a useful tow from the distance. I think that was an Alfa Romeo ahead. Well, so let's see how he gets on into sector 2. Coming across the line now, 3 tenths up. This is a great lap from Le Rappel. This could, keep on going, and this could really challenge Lucas Percy with that stunning lap time that he's just put in. Let's see how he gets on. End of the lap. That's going to be off-putting, though. The cars ahead of him also on their flying laps. It's really going to be putting him off as one of them goes very wide. Will it let him through, or will they continue their lap? Then hopefully we'll see him. He comes into the second last turn, keeps it nice and neat. The Alpha's still there, but he's going to get the drag to the line. He just runs a little bit wide, but hasn't lost the time. DRS wide open, straightest, quickest route to the line, as now he crosses the line. Second. Oh, 129.9, less than just over a tenth of a second. Wow. So close. So close.
29.8 apparently to Alex was pole in Tier 2 as well.
Apologies, Alex.
No worries, but stunning laps from them both.
Yeah, there's JSR's down in 15th, our championship leader, or Fatch down in 14th, second place in the championship.
This will be interesting.
Yeah, it certainly will. It certainly will. What some fantastic laps. And there we have everybody has crossed the line. Everybody now. So Lucas Percy takes pole position for Tier 1 with a stunning lap time of 1:29.827. Liverpool so close. Takes second. G-Star in third. Reese, good qualifying from him. We didn't feature Reese. Let's have a quick look. We'll come back to that as it just off the screen. There we are. Reese in fourth in the McLaren. Ballboy in fifth. Kid Dynamite in sixth. Ollie Racing, good lap from him. He's in seventh. Alex Edrick, our Tier 2 driver, he is in eighth. Good showing. MTO in ninth. Chris Bailey in 10th. Ugoni, as outside the top 10. Free roam of tyres will be Ugoni. Fox River 8. Shadow Cobra in 13th. Or Fatch in 14th. J Sarge made a mistake on his soft tyre run. Had to qualify on the mediums to get that lap on the board. He will start 15th. Night Shadow is in 16th. Genie in 17th. Stringy B in 18th. Nick BT in 19th. And the Slayer didn't set a lap time. He starts in 20th place in the Haas.
This is the ingredients to be an interesting one.
It certainly is. It certainly is, you're right. And with that potential of rain hanging in the air, a few of these drivers are going to be a little bit nervous, I would say.
I wonder who is watching Tier 2.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a low grip circuit, we know this already. And add a little bit of moisture in the air, a little bit of rain. Those clouds mean that it's going to be tricky to warm up the hard tyres, to warm up the medium tyres. We could see fireworks. We could see an exciting race coming up.
Plus, as well, I've noticed with this circuit, it's very hard to charge the ERS back up again.
It is. Yeah, very difficult.
Stops.
Yeah, it is very, very difficult. You're right. Let's have a look. So let's have a look, see who is going to start on different tyres. So none of the drivers outside the top 10 deciding to start on the softs. We've got Nice Shadow starting on the hard compound tyres. We'll see how he gets on at the start of this race. Obviously see how the tyre warm-up is. And all the other drivers starting on the medium tyres. And the driver starts at the top 10, all qualified on the soft. So, big mix of strategies now.
Yep, there was a fair few in the Tier 2 race as well. I think there were a few hard starters in our race.
Yes, I know my teammate was one of them, Scott, and had a really good race with his podium. Well deserved, to be honest. Really well deserved. As Liverpool nearly goes in the back of Lucas Percy there. Lucas really slowed down, trying to keep his tyres warm. Nearly caught out Liverpool. But luckily nobody has had contact and been disqualified from the formation lap.
A lot of cars at the back. There's everyone from Stringy B, Nick BT and the Slayer, they're really far away from the queue for some reason.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of tactics.
Trying to get the tyre temperatures.
Yeah, exactly. Worry about their own rather than other people up ahead.
Oh, Thatcher's had a half a spin. By the looks of it.
Yeah, those medias might take a little while to warm up.
Especially if it's a colder temperature.
Yeah, I'm just thinking now that we know J Sarge, he qualified on the medium tyres. He's got a few laps on them, so he won't have two fresh sets of mediums for the race if he decides to go on that two-stop. They do say the one-stop could work, potentially, if you look after your tyres. But now, I think this throws a mix into it, you know, if you can make... He's going to have to use, if he does a two-stop, we do hards then softs at the end. Be really, really quick at the end. We'll see what happens, I think. See how this one pans out.
It destroys the front tyres, this place, a lot. I was... In our race, I was pretty much on 20% pretty much as the safety car was coming out. The safety car was a bit of a saving grace for us. Being honest.
Well. It did for me, actually, because I actually had a spin battling with... I can't remember how I was battling with, actually. And I had a half spin. And it saved me a little bit, because I lost about 6 seconds, sorry. So it helped me come back in. So, waiting for the drivers to line up. Just Slayer at the back now, getting to his grid spot. And then go back to the front, and we 4 lights, 5 lights are on. Long pause, let's go racing. Good start from Lucas Percy, Liverpool as well in second place. G-Star gets a really good hit. We're now 3-4 abreast going into turn 1.
Oh, this could end nasty.
This could end nasty, but it's Ballboy takes it. There's a few, both Red Bulls have taken off, and there's a spin, and Alpine's gone round in the background. But now G-Star keeps hold of 3rd spot ahead of Ballboy. Reese has now come under pressure and had a bit of a battle with Ollie Racing, but there's still 3 abreast further down with Kid Dynamite getting in the mix, and there's contact with Ollie Racing. Kid Dynamite trying to go on the inside. That's given Fatch. Wow, from 14th he's already up to 6th place. Really taking advantage of the carnage at the start. Now Reese Wickham's now dropped down. Chris Bailey's up 1. Jay Sarge up to 11th, just outside the points. But that was carnage at the start. A lot of contact, a lot of people spinning there. Hopefully we haven't got any serious damage and everyone's back. Oh, Night Shadow and Alex, the big losers there. That's so unfortunate. Alex had a fantastic qualifying session. So let's hope he can get onto the back of the pack and continue on his way. But up front, he will be at the moment. But Lucas Percy gets away. He's now got the gap to 6 tenths per second from Liverpool. G-Star holds on to 3rd as well. And Ballboy in 4th. I had to go quiet for a minute because I didn't know what was going to happen next. I just had to pause, just say, let's just watch this. What's going to happen? We'll have a go. Yeah, exactly. Reese and Kid Dynamite having a challenge going into the second last corner. And there's Chris Bailey going on the inside of MT Oak. Gives him just enough room. Who's going to have the drag now down the straight? Chris Bailey just ahead of Kid Dynamite. He is staying with him there, you know. He gives in, tucks in. Is he going to have a bat choose at turn 1? He's not going to this time. Gives up the place to Chris Bailey. He's up 2 from his grid slot in 10th. Yeah, Fatch is now getting a little bit from Reese. He's going to have a go. Thinks better of it. Fatch carried a bit more pace into that right-hander. Just Reese could think, no, he thought he might shut the door and backed out of it sensibly. Will keep himself. Fatch goes very, very wide. That's going to hamper him up the straight. Reese should get the run on him. He's already got it. No DRS yet. But we're riding on board. Already pulls up alongside. His nose is ahead. What's he going to do in the break? And this now comes down to see who's got the lower downforce setting. As Fatch is still trying to hold it around the outside. Now it's got the inside line. No, Reese not giving this up. Better traction on the soft tyres. Nice, makes that place fantastic. Battling between Reese and Fatch. Chris Bailey's right on the back as well. Looking very interested. This isn't over yet, folks. And I'm going to lose my voice by the end of this race. I can see it happening. Gav, I need whatever you're using. Iron Brew, that's what I need. Just water tonight.
Look who's closing in on this little battle. A certain Red Bull and a certain Ferrari.
Yeah, they certainly are very tight in this midfield. The Ollie Racing's dropped a little bit back. Dynamite is really round. Sorry, we've kind of tried to cut him. He's really dropped to the back there. But now that's allowed. Yeah, Jay Sarge as well must have gone round. He's now down in 19th.
Wow, what happened there?
We missed that on stream. We're focused on this battle, and they were at the back of this little train that's going around behind Reese. He's just over a second behind Ollie. But again, all the drivers up front. We're going to look at Liverpool. He's going to have the DRS. Lucas Percy gets very deep into that first right-hander. So he's going to compromise all of this section. See how his drive is coming out onto the first time they will use DRS. Liverpool very much in the window. DRS wide open. Lucas Percy already weaving, trying to break away from the toe. Liverpool decides not to follow him on this occasion. Just wants to line him up, see where he's strong, see where he's weak. We've still got a long way to go as Lucas Percy takes the pool ballard. There's a double helping. But all this, don't forget G-Star right behind these as well. We're going to nip back to Fatch and Reese. They are side by side coming out the chicane. But now this is also giving MTO. They're going to go 3 abreast. No. MTO's decided to back out of that one.
I don't blame him.
Not at all. But Fatch has got the place back. Now we're on to lap 3. I think he went very, very wide. That's allowed Reese back up the inside. Nearly a little bit of contact. Reese just saw him. Fatch give him a little bit of a tap, I think, then. A little bit of a squeeze. Runs wide himself. To keeps that place, though. Did he gain advantage? We're not so sure. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. I think that's Ugoni's gone round now.
I'm just scrolling to him to have a look. Yeah, he's same place Dynamite went.
Exciting. And now Liverpool is gone and he's made the move into turn 1. Sorry, folks, we missed that on the stream, but there we are, out of the last corner into the DRS zone. Liverpool makes the move on Lucas Percy. And now let's see what the Mercedes man can do. But Lucas Percy right up the rear wing of the Mercedes. This is where we want to see it, Williams.
Yeah. Swap for a bit further on down. Chris Bailey's got past Reese.
Yeah, Reese may be struggling with those tyres now. We're on lap 4. They do start going off, but now we're on board. Lucas Percy's on the slipstream. He's pulled out. He's got the DRS. He's going to make the move into the chicane. Takes nicely move and then has the line for the second part. Liverpool didn't try to defend it too heavily. It's going to be one of those nip and tuck races. And if we can keep with him, starting to get a few penalties. Kid Dynamite, Stringy Big, 3 seconds for multiple warnings of running off track. I can't wait till the pit stop window. I need a breather. There's action up and down. We've got Stringy B, Reese and Nick as well, 10th, 11th and 12th. Really in close quarters. Reese there is just as we've got. That's all Thatcher's round. Oh, Thatch has spun at the very quick right hand. We've seen him go wide there once or twice already, and now he's just caught himself out. We don't know if there was contact with anybody as Lucas Percy's pitted and got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
A little bit too excited.
He did. You can take a quick end because into there and it just didn't slow down in time. Liverpool will see that, he will know. So will G-Star. And Thatch as well.
Thatch 5 seconds as well.
Yeah. So his mediums, that tactic of starting on the mediums, that strategy hasn't paid off for him. That spin obviously really overheated them and they decided to bail on those. We will have a look. Let's have a quick look and see. So Reese has gone on to the medium tyres. Oh, Thatch has gone on the hard compound tyres. Now Joni, he's down there. He's on his medium. Still, Lucas Percy put the medium tyres on as well. So, this is now going to be interesting. We're going to keep an eye on Thatch. We know he's quick. But let's see how long he can take those hard compound tyres and see what he decides to do at the end. I think time life was about 15 laps. But under race conditions, it's going to be interesting to see how long he can actually take those now. And then if he wants to strap on us, if he can do 15 laps, maybe a little bit more. Get the softs on at the end and he'll be mighty fast with low fuel.
Yeah, because, as I say, a lighter car, it won't use the tyres up as much.
Yeah, exactly. Looking at MTO, he's managed to get himself up to 5th with Chris Bailey and now Shadow Cobra in close quarters. Shadow knows their tyres are going off. His mediums will feel great at the moment. So he's just could potentially bide his time. He'll see the understeers. Bald Boy is pitted. Few drivers now. MTO's decided to pit as well.
It's going to be a double stack at Aston.
You keep an eye on that one. They have just fixed. We had an update, didn't we, recently? Where as Chris Billy goes very wide. But we had an update recently where that time delay that it gives us. We all know the delay. We all know the bit of this. If you're double stacking. The driver pulls off, you pull in, there is an extra 2-second delay before they start working on the car, so hopefully they'll fix that and minimise that time loss.
It looks like it did with the Aston pit stops. Lost a lot of time.
That's good to see. But now we have got such a battle behind Stringy B. There's Nick BT, Gene Genie, Jay Sarge is up there as well, Fox River 8, and the Slayer has now, the Slayer pulls out from behind Fox River 8. They both, all had the DRS, but great overtake from the Slayer as Nick BT has had a go and Gene Genie. So Stringy B was at the lead of all that. No DRS for him, and unfortunately just got absolutely swallowed as now Jay Sarge is coming to the party. Is he going to have a sniff as Stringy B tries to have a go, gets on Nick BT.
Genie's got Nick BT.
He has, and now Stringy B is having a go as well. Let's have a look, and I think Stringy B's gone. Stringy B, just a bit of contact on that front end, has spun. Nick BT round. Sarge is now making a move on Nick BT. Great move from him. Runs a little bit wide. This is going to allow Nick to have another little bit of a run. He's used a lot of his ERS. The light flashing at the end there, as Ollie and Chris Bailey on their soft tyres have pitted. Lerapel and G-Star still going for another lap. Also looked after their tyres really well to try another one.
Setup must be how kind of the tyres in their cars.
Yeah, definitely.
And look which two cars we've got out in front of the race.
Yes.
Mercedes and the Red Bull.
Now we said just keep that one. We wouldn't refer to that.
No, I'm not going to. I'm making a general observation.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the French fans should have something to cheer about. Alpine's 3 and 4 at the minute.
Yeah, they are. We're on board with Nick BT as now Jay Sarge having a look at Gene. He's going to have the DRS down the straight. He's already right under the rear wing, pulls out early, and that's it. DRS wide open. Genie's trying to get back into the slipstream, but nothing he could do about that one. But the Slayer with Nick BT also having a bit of a ding dong there. Slayer gets through on Nick BT under the brakes as well. DRS assisted pass.
Nicely done. Genie knew that what started the DRS on that. He's intelligent enough. He's going to focus on his own race and not try and get back at start and wreck things.
Exactly that. Just look at the position changes there. Dynamite has dropped 3. He's on the soft tyres as well, so he may be pitting this lap. We will see. Wait and see what happens.
He's got Lucas all over him as well.
Yeah, he does, because those tyres are going to be suffering. Lucas has pitted, don't forget. He pitted early. He was the first of the leaders to pit, and I think, G-Star and Lerapel have gone again for another lap. But G-Star only 7/10 further back. So they're really trying to push these out. They are definitely trying that 2-stop strategy of the soft tyres to do 7 or so laps. Then mediums and maybe soft tyres at the end if they save them from qualifying. So it's going to be interesting now. But it's going to be interesting to see the gap was 10 seconds there, 10.7, 10.8 to Shadow Cobra. They're going to come out. It's a long pit lane. They're going to come out, I think, around Ball Boy Stringy B MTO territory.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of traffic.
It is, and if you think about Lucas Percy, he's the one who pitted early. He was the first one to go on those mediums, and he is. And he is right on the back now. Fox River 8, he's already pulled out. He's got the DRS. And the drive as well. Lot fresher medium tyres. Heavy on the brakes. And he's bailed on it. He had to bail on that one. Has taken to the escape road. And will lose so much time. He actually got a 3-second penalty for that one. But yeah, has let Fox River get back through. Is he still racing, Fox River? He is. Our drivers in close quarters. We've got Ugoni right on the back of MTO. MTO on fresh medium tyres, just coming up to temperature. Continuing the Slayer all over the back of J Sarge, trying to hunt down Shadow Cobra. G-Star and Lerapel haven't actually pitted again. They've gone round for yet another lap, but G-Star is ever closer. Maybe his tyres just that touch better than Lerapel's. Well, Lerapel must have very good straight line speed, low downforce setup on that Mercedes to keep ahead in the DRS zone. As you can see, he's really struggling now with the rear. He's going to struggle to get the power down. He's upshifting very early, very, very early to keep that Mercedes in check. Now G-Star already pulling out. He's got the DRS. Lerapel went to defend early, and G-Star makes that move, takes over the lead of the race. These guys still got good pace. I mean, Shadow Cobra's taken half a second out of them that lap. But behind them there is a lot of battling to be had. So that will slow them down. As Lucas now on the DRS takes the place from Genie. A lot fresher medium tyres. He is on a hunt to get back up to the top. He can't help but feel.
Well.
He does in his next pit stop. So that is going to...
I've just read on the comments on the stream, yeah.
I certainly have.
Appreciate the compliments, Ryan. We try our best.
We do, there we are. Now then, Lerapel's gone. He has pitted, he's had enough of those tyres. G-Star stays out
BFC.
Yet again. Stringy B, D on F. He is gone now. Is it a yellow flag or is it going to be... Is it VSC, sorry?
Yeah, it's VSC.
I can't say that. It just goes blank for me. Don't know why.
I don't know why. Oh, Nick BT, 5 seconds. Speeding in the pit lane.
This is going to help Le Rappel massively. He's not going to lose as much time. Lucas Percy does go through, but everybody behind on those mediums have pitted. So, he's going to get out just before ball. But yeah, you're right, they are driving to Delta. But that gap that would have been, and Le Rappel, he's spun on turn 1. Those tyres very, very cold, and now he's managed to get it pointing the right way, but makes the spin, half caught it. He's not going to lose as much time, but that he's going to be kicking himself for that one. The Slayers come out on hard tyres, so is Genie.
They're looking to go to the end by the looks of it.
Yeah, potentially. We've said 15 laps, and that's going to give plenty of life at the end of those tyres. So
3 seconds each.
Yeah. So we've got the VSC at the moment. Now, Johnny's for speeding, just couldn't get that Delta level, except just that touch, trying to get the jump on the timing screen, didn't make it work this time round, and now he's going to pay the price. He is down in 18th, but just pitted for the hard tyres as well.
G-Star's got to pit this lap.
He is. We're riding on board with him at the moment. He's in the last sector now, but we're going to look at.
Might help him a bit.
Yeah, will have done, but he's alright. Yep, that's him. He's pitted. We're going to cut off that. We're going to look at Le Rappel, who's on the back of Bald Boy. Bald Boy got through under the VSC, but now Le Rappel, he's going to see red under that helmet. He's going to be right in the back. He's going to be kicking himself for that spin and losing a good. What did he come out? He came out about 4 seconds behind Lucas, so he's lost a good 2.5 seconds. And now where's he has, so is Le Rappel going to get the jump? He is. The Red Bull there just caught a glimpse of him, and just Sarge now has got 3 second penalty, but there we are. Le Rappel got the benefit of pitting under the VSC, and also the fresh rubber, even with that spin. He had the fresh rubber. Yeah, he has. And I was going to watch him, he's all over the back of Ball Boy. Going to have the DRS is going to be wide open. He should have decent traction as well. Going on to the back straight, runs a little bit wide, not quite, keeps it in track limits. DRS wide open, catching Ball Boy all the time, meter by meter, second by second. He's not going to, he's just going to sit there this time round. Just options didn't fancy a dive on the inside this time round. But all the while, Lucas Percy is now all over the back of Jay Sarge as well. Jay Sarge started on the medium tyres. Lucas Percy started on the softs. Did that early pit stop. He was the first one of the top runners to blink and make that stop. Of course, we saw Le Rappel and G-Star both pitting very early as Jay Sarge has gone in the pits. He's had enough of those soft tyres. Those medium tyres, I should say. Sorry. So I'm sure he may see what he comes out on there. But now let's freeze up Lucas Percy. Bit more free air. Chase down Shadow Cobra. Yep, trying the one-stop strategy. Ball Boy again. Just trying to keep ahead through the DRS detection point of Le Rappel. You'll see the gap growing ever bigger to Lucas.
Oh,
he's got another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And he's only just pit as well for those hard tyres, so doesn't like them, or either or you had damage somewhere. As now, poor Ball Boy weaving, but now Le Rappel, he has got the DRS. He has made that move very early and very cleanly as well. Ball Boy tried to go offline to defend, tried to make it a bit more difficult, made Le Rappel go the long way around, but the overspeed, just too much for Ball Boy there. And Le Rappel, now fresh medium tyres, 5 laps younger than Lucas. We'll have a quick look at those penalties. So we're looking at the wrong one there. There we are, penalties. Lucas did have that speeding in the pit lane penalty, so Le Rappel will see that, and he will know he can play that waiting game. Will he though? That is the question.
That is, yeah.
As Shadow Cobra's now, he's had enough of those medium tyres. Lucas Percy retakes the lead of this race here at Tier 1 in France.
Let's put his foot down now.
He is. That's that clean air now. He knows the gap. He knows he's going to have to bridge at least those 5 seconds. So the Rappel puts in the fastest lap of the race. 1:33.2. That's a, I tell you what, that's a good lap as well.
That's a stonker lap. So he did pass Cameron Bourboy on that lap as well. So maybe the DRS was helping him a bit on that one.
Yeah, well, they've shaved a couple of tenths off, definitely, but still a cracking lap time.
In the wars with Ollie and MTO.
Yeah, they're having a little bit of a ding-dong as well. Jay Sarge out on the hard compound tyres. He's going to feel the pressure from the guys around him.
Oh, Genie's a bit wide. Dynamite's ahead. No, he's got him back.
He hasn't, and now there he goes, Ballboy. Sorry, Ballboy. Dynamite made the dive. A little bit of contact with Genie, but makes that move stick. They're all going to have, again, DRS in this train. Now, all behind Ollie Racing. But it's MTO and Jay Sarge are the ones to look at there. MTO going on the inside of the chicane. Does nearly had contact. Just managed to avoid that. Jay Sarge just enough room. But that's giving MTO the impetus there. And he's struggled through there now. Shadow Corbett's gone up the move. And he makes it on the inside into the fast right-hander. And he is now going to be on fresh, hard tyres all over the back of Jay Sarge, who seems to be struggling with the warm-up of those tyres. But MTO's not giving up with this one just yet. He's going back. Is he going to have a go? Just goes very wide, taking the inside line, and he's touched the inside curb. The curb, and he's spun. Oh, Mike, that was so close. Lucas Percy gets another 3-second penalty. He's pushing his Lucas. MTO so unlucky. He was driving really well. Jay Sarge got a bit of a tank slapper out for the last turn. That's allowing Shadow Corbett to get the run right under his rear wing. Pulls out with the DRS and breezes past into turn 1. Manages to get back onto the racing line as well.
Effortless. What's that Red Bull?
It was, but Jay Sarge has gone wide, and that's also allowed Kid Dynamite to get through. Genie next in line to have a go at the Ferrari man and the championship leader. But a lot of these drivers around are going to have to pit again. Jay Sarge can take these to the end if he looks after them. So it's not all over yet, folks. Another round of pit stop still to come. A lot more action. There we go. Genie already pulled up alongside the traction that he had. And those medium tyres. Dynamite's had to go on Shadow Cobra as well, further up. Again, under DRS. Those medium tyres really working. As Fatch now has retired.
Hards for Genie.
Yes, my apologies. I think I said mediums, didn't I?
Yeah, sorry.
I did. But they are a few laps older, so they'll be rubbered in quite nicely.
Yeah, they take a little bit longer to get back going, don't they?
They do. Fatch is out. Our second place in the championship. Fatch is not going to score any points. So, Ojoni in 18th currently is not going to score any points as well. This is opening the door for a few drivers. Reese there, he's down in 13th as we speak. He's got another pit stop to come as well. He could, if he gets a good couple of points, he could overtake Ojoni and get third in this in the drivers.
I believe so. I will just get the tables up a second and check.
I've got it. He's 4 points behind.
Fair enough. You beat me to it.
I did. Now we've got Gav and Jacob, and I need to start coming more prepared.
Yeah, I think I do the same actually.
Yeah.
It's, we do things in our own way, don't we?
We do, and it works. So It's all good, all good. But on a day now where we've got Jay Sarge, yes, he's on the one-stop strategy, is currently in 10th position, our championship leader. Nick BT, he's currently outside of the points as well. He is currently 5th in the driver standings. It's a day for those further down the order as Kid Dynamite and Ollie Racing. What a little bit of move there. Kid Dynamite had the DRS, but Ollie gets a better drive out of the chicane. Keeps ahead. He's had to go defensive. But is Kid Dynamite going to make a move? Ollie Racing, his DRS light flashing all the time. No drivers. Kid Dynamite's going to try and make a move on the inside. Backs out of it. Doesn't want to go, but no, he doesn't. He has a great move. Ollie is not giving this up one slightest bit. Now got the inside. Little bit of wheel banging there from Ollie. a little bit naughty, but letting Kid Dynamite know he's there. Kid Dynamite is not getting this up, pushes him a bit off the track, side by side, all the way through turn 3. Going around the second to last corner, you can carry the speed. He's going to have the tight line into the last corner. Oh, he's going to have to give this up, but not yet. Just forced off track. Still alongside. Who's going to have the DRS? It's Dynamite's got the DRS. Ollie has not got... I can't breathe. Let's just watch this unfold. There we are. Dynamite finally makes the move all the way. That started all the way back in the DRS zone through 2 sectors of this track. What fantastic racing from Ollie Racing and Kid Dynamite. That was sensational.
Beautifully done.
But yeah, on a day, Jay Sargent and Alex have both pitted as well. Jay Sargent's gone on the medium tyres. He did not like those hards at all. So he's now put a set of mediums on that you should be able to take those 11-12 laps towards the end of the race. Hoping that the pace advantage. Lucas has gone on the softs.
Yeah, I've just noticed that. I was trying to scan through the order where he'd gone.
I was not gonna lie, I was focused on the Dynamite Ollie Racing battle. It's still ongoing. Yeah. Ollie's not giving this one up at all.
God, they're still going at it, are they?
They are. They certainly are. Cannot take my eyes off this one, folks.
I don't blame you.
We know we've got Genie as well, all over the back of his teammate. We're out cutting back now to look at this. Genie's tyres 3 laps older than Shadow Cobra. A little bit of teamwork might want to play in here.
The Aston.
Yeah, he's done 10 laps on those mediums, and he's now gone for a fresh set. There we are. Genie is he's going as Shadow Cobra's had enough of those hard tyres as well. So the driver's not finding them as a good race tyre.
No, nice. I was thinking the mediums are a bit better.
See, I was thinking if it was a dry race, I would have actually tried the hards. But we didn't get that. Shadow's on the soft tyres as well as Lucas, so 10 laps to go. This low fuel could potentially make it.
It'll be an interesting finish.
It certainly will. Certainly will. Lucas will be using the extra grip, and you can see the gaps looking further down, and he's in 12th place, chasing down Nice Shadow, who is all over the back of Nick Big T. But that gap with Lucas is coming down at a rate of not already a second this lap. Lucas is absolutely flying on those fresh soft tyres. Don't want to take too much life out of them yet, though. Long way to go, and this one is now Night Shadow's lining up the move onto Nick BT, takes the inside line into the chicane. Nick BT doesn't fight it. He's letting him get on his way. But Night Shadow used a lot of his ERS to make that. Both drivers using a lot of ERS. As you mentioned, Andrew, that it doesn't charge very easily up around here.
No, it doesn't. Not many solid stops you can recharge it.
As Alex is now retired. Alex is retired from the session. I think that's actually going on to the DRS straight as well, so he may have lost it coming onto there. His tyres were fresh. Now Ollie's in the pits as well. He's done 10 laps on those, so we may start seeing our leaders start to come into the pits, which would leave the Slayer out in front. Don't forget, the Slayer started 20th on the grid. I think I've seen a drive like this somewhere today already. Started 20th, start up there in the top 3 then.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. The results are still provisional. I'm not celebrating yet.
Very good point. I know the stewards currently, apart from myself, we've got Genie racing tonight. I think who else is in the stewards. It's racing now. I think it's the 2 of us, to be honest.
Oh, have fun tonight, boys.
We certainly will, yeah. But we know the stewards are currently hard at work on any kind of reports come through from the Tier 2 race, as the Slayer really gets a bit of understeer going on there. Must have hit the brakes very hard. That's forced Kid Dynamite a little bit wide. Kid Dynamite all over the back, trying to use the last bit of life on those medium tyres while he's still got the pace. I think you could potentially go for a set of softs to the end. We've seen how quickly Lucas Percy is caught on the back of Nick BT, and Nick BT went very wide. Oh, sorry, it was Lucas went wide. Apologies. Nick BT keeps that position at the moment.
Passes lap for Lucas at the minute as well.
Yeah, but he's gone wide there as well. There's no damage on that Williams. And he's gone to pit, so maybe he thinks there is a little bit of damage. He maybe thinks there was a bit of contact with Nick BT. So now that's when Lucas says he's retired. He has gone from the session.
Shame.
That is really in contention for the win as well this evening. And it was a great drive so far. He had maybe a little bit of contact with Nick BT, but he's now retired from the session. And that is a shame as well. So, to be honest, I was not going to lie. We are impartial here, but I was slightly tipping him for that. The way he showed the speed and the pace he had was brilliant. He was really giving Liverpool a bit of an issue. But Genie now all over the back of Ballboy as well. Ballboy on those fresher medium tyres. But Genie really caught up to the back of him now. And Dynamite as well is still all over the back of the Slayer.
Yes, that Red Bull's been glued to those Haas mirrors for a few laps now.
They certainly have. There's no way through it yet for Rob. Takes a slightly narrower line into that. Ballboy likes the sweeping line. Good close battles on track. Chris Bailey is down the bottom there with Jay Sarge and Reese in 11th, 12th and 13th. Wow, side by side, Chris Bailey is there with Reese. How's the inside line? Is Reese going to give this up? He certainly is not. As gets pushed a little bit of squeeze from Chris Bailey. Jay Sarge watching this, waiting for an opportunity, trying to get through. He needs to score points. As there's a big contact! Big contact. I think Reese had to put on his brakes from Chris Bailey. Exiting the corner, got a little bit of a slapper, and that's caught Jay Sarge out and hits the back. There is. We saw the front wing shatter into pieces from the back of that McLaren, and that's put Jay Sarge into the pit on a day where the championship leaders are not scoring points at the moment. It has thrown everything wide open. And this is going to help a lot of people jump massive places in the championship.
I don't think anyone, looking at the stats, I don't think anyone from the top 5 looking at getting points today.
Wow.
In the championship.
And we know how close it is further down that order as well. So this is really going to have a shake-up in the championship.
I think, looking at it at the minute, the big winners may be... I'm just trying to read it. G-Stars and Genie. They seem to be the big winners at the minute in terms of the championship.
Yeah, Genie's backed off a little bit from Ballboy. He's dropped to 2.3 seconds. Don't know if he's got any damage. Yeah, I think those medium tyres now just coming to their own from Ballboy. But Dynamite's still all over the back. This is one of the closest battles on track we have. Dynamite's been glued, as you say, glued to the rear wing, filling the mirrors of the Slayer for a number of laps now, about 3 or 4 laps. Not showing any signs of giving up. So as Chris Bailey gets another penalty. Let's have a look at those penalties as they stand now. Liverpool with 3 seconds. He's got a 5.3 gap to G-Star, so currently that won't make a difference there. But the Slayer with 8 seconds. Kid Dynamite with 9 seconds. So this, only a second between them, is actually going to be for position. Let's have a look. We've got Ballboy as well is going to want to get on the action. He'll know he's got 6 seconds better off than Ballboy. 5.5 seconds further back. Genie's got no penalties at all. He's going to need to push on. Same with Fox River. A few drivers further down, 3 seconds, so they'll just be lying astern as well from that. As now Dynamite tries to have a go around the outside of the Slayer. Didn't manage to make the move. Slayer pushed him wide. Couldn't make it. 2 into 1 doesn't go there, boys.
No.
And get Dynamite, rightly so, backing out of that one. Maybe his tyre's starting to go a little bit. We saw a little bit of a front end wiggle there. Is he going to go and pit? Is he going to bail on these? Not yet.
No.
He's certainly not.
If he damages the car, Dr. Marco's not going to be happy with him.
He's not. Now, that gap, still 5 seconds at the top. I wonder if Liverpool, with that 5 second gap, he's going to be minding that. He'll know G-Star came at the pit similar time. Well, came in the lap after. They know they've got 14 seconds to the Slayer. Will they just keep on going off 5 laps left, manage the drop-off, and keep track position? It is a possibility.
I would.
You'd lose a lot of time.
Lirapel doesn't have to push now.
He just needs to mind that gap, keep it above 3 seconds. He's currently got it at 5, so I think G-Star had a little bit of a moment coming out of the chicane because he was down to 4.7. Yeah, but we're going to go back and we're going to stick onto this with Kid Dynamite and the Slayer because
this is going to get juicy.
It is. As we mentioned, there's only 1 second worth of penalties between them.
But even if Dynamite gets him, he's got to gap him by a second, and the longer the Slayer keeps him behind, the less time Dynamite's going to have to get away.
Yeah, especially with those tyres, J. Sarge now. Ring's been repaired. He's on a charge. He's going to try and keep that fastest lap. He won't score the point from it, being outside of the top 10, of course. But it's always nice to have.
Bragging rights, yeah.
Yeah. I had that last week as well before I stuffed it in a wall.
I don't know who got it in Tier 2 tonight, actually. I think it glitched on the session.
Actually don't know. Not sure. I'm sure as people who are watching will be able to point us in the right direction of that one.
I hope so.
It's very impressive, this from Kid Dynamite. You know, his tyres will be going off now. Those mediums will not feel nice. They'll be understeer. He'll be feathering the throttle, trying not to get that wheel spin. And he's still keeping well within that DRS. In the dirty air, in the DRS. Yeah. So, very, very impressive.
I'm wondering if Dynamite's going to have to worry about getting this move done soon, because the longer he's staying behind the Haas as well, he's going to have Cameron Bulbot to worry about as well.
Yeah, he is soon. He is.
He's within the window, I think.
He is. Yeah, there's a 6-second difference. He is definitely well within the window, Bulbot. But you know, can't take away from Genie, up 11 places this race. The Slayer started last and now currently is in third. He's fighting with tooth and nail. He is going to be gripping onto that podium with all his might. His fingertips will be bleeding by the end of this.
Yes.
It's a great display. Defensive driving. Yeah, from both of these guys as well. Rappel's just landing that gap at 5.4 seconds up ahead.
Just had a quick check of the ERS levels as well. About 62%, 63% Kid Dynamite's got compared to only about 10 for the Slayer.
Wow. So that bit of slipstream that Kid Dynamite gets down the straight really helping, as we saw. You just saw from the other camera angle. We go on board Dynamite. The Slayer already flashing his light as we're just going to go on board. Just watch, there's a little bit of a kick there from Dynamite. And he's just dropped back a little bit further this lap. Those medium tyres really starting to go off, especially those rears. You can see it on acceleration. He's shifting it early to stop the spin, to try to preserve whatever life is left in those mediums. Try to take it to the end. Not going to give in. He will see that the Slayers, he'll see that light flashing. He knows that he's pushing. He knows he's giving him a hard time and just waiting for his moment to come back underneath and pounce.
You see that red light? It's like a red rag in front of a ball.
It certainly is. Didn't click on that one. I'm glad you said that. But it definitely is. Slayer takes a lot different line into that second last corner. Then Dynamite keeps it nice and quite a tight line through there. Three laps to go. Rappel managing that gap up front. This is fantastic from Rappel and G-Star managing those medium tyres. They was obviously they took the soft tyres a long way we saw early on, which was again fantastic management. Didn't think they would ever go that far. Slightly help with Lucas Percy's DNF. That's so unfortunate. Hopefully we'll see him back next week or very, very soon. As Reese now has pitted. And he's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that's so unlucky. Nick BT as well has pitted here. Wonder if they've had to come in together at some point. But Joni's getting back up into 13th. Help of that. Fortunately, these guys outside of the points this evening. Reese had a really good qualifying session as well, so he'll be disappointed. But this is the closest that we've seen. Kid Dynamite's going to make a move on the inside into the very quick right-hander. He just pushes a little bit wide. Gives. I thought there was a little bit of contact there with the Slayer, but just pushed him a little bit, just saying, "Yep, I'm here. You're not getting past." And now he gets another 3-second penalty. We saw him there run a little bit wide, and that's given him another 3 seconds. If he can get 4-second gap within the next 2 racing laps, that'll be some kind of drive. Slayer gets a little bit of a kick, a little bit of a screw along coming up the last turn, but he's going to have the DRS to assist to keep him close. If he can keep close into this, all the way through this first sector, needs to keep a bit of his airs back to use on acceleration towards the next DRS zone. Just winding it on. Dynamite 16 laps he's been on those medium tyres. We thought the useful life of them was about 13 laps before they really started dropping off, so this is fantastic management, we think, from Dynamite here. But he's actually stretched that gap a little bit. That means Slayer, 8 tenths further back, probably won't be close enough along this DRS straight. Look how far back he is. Doesn't get the opportunity to even have a dive and make a move. So he's kept life into those mediums fantastically well.
Yes, and props to Lerapel and G-Stars as well. They've been going for about 15 and 16 respectively on these tyres.
Yep, and then looking further down, I know he's under pressure now, but Nice Shadow on 19 laps he's had those medium tyres. That is fantastic driving. But he's now got Ollie Racing all up the back of him. Those medium tyres are only done 8 laps before he makes a move on the inside of the chicane. Nice Shadow didn't really fight it. He's had a good race as Nice Shadow, but he's not giving up just yet. He's under the rear wing. Ollie's gone defensive. Red lights flashing aplenty. Careful here, boys. Don't force each other off. He didn't. Nice Shadow backed out slightly there. Is he going to make a move into the right-hander? He's not close enough. Those tyres now just not quite giving him the gap. Now, we mentioned he needs 4 seconds. Kid Dynamite has already pulled 1.4 seconds over the line. And now his red light's flashing.
He's down to 5% himself.
Yeah, really had a fast lap.
Not done much either.